Hi everyone, and this is a recording explaining a sample lesson for EDUC 394. This is a science lesson, and what I did is I got this information off of NGSS at NSTA, and this is the lesson that I took this from. Go ahead and get up to the part. It's listen, 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 and it shows right over here. So if I can get this to scoot over. The standard right there, and I'll focus on this just the science standard for this particular lesson, and I'll explain how I did this. If I go ahead and go back here, the first portion is obviously it's a first grade lesson, and that's the lesson that this lesson covers this particular standard, and this is the wording from the standard. If you get this part here, this is the disciplinary core idea from the standard. And I got that from the Next Generation Science Standards. You should have that link in the course as well. And then the essential topic questions is I got that from the lesson plan. And the knowledge section, I got that from the science and engineering practices. And then the skills I got from the cross-cutting concepts. And the vocabulary was actually in the lesson. I just came up with some possible misconceptions of what I thought and a safety consideration. And here is the stage 2, and this is the assessment. The pre-assessment, which should be for everyone's lesson, should be a phenomenon. And there's several different places you can get phenomenon. If you look with some of these lessons, it's pretty easy to look up what they're discovering and go from there. And also there's 2 checking for understanding that I did in this lesson. During independent practice, I would listen to their misconceptions, and also during the completion of the anchor chart. And then the summative assessment would be recording their science journal by drawing. They would draw and label the sounds of one of the terms discussed. So I go ahead here in our learning plan. I chose this is an inquiry-based one because they're looking at this through a nature walk, going outside and listening to this particular sounds. So here we went here. I won't read through the differentiation. I'll let you just go through that on your own. How we should start every science lesson, or at least every science unit. And for this particular one, I want you to use a phenomenon to begin your lesson. So this is the lesson, and I have a link there that you can open it up and take a look at that. And then how I had them recorded is on a Notice and Wonder sheet, and there's a link there. And then to activate their prior knowledge, I got them to read this book. And if you look over here, this is in the Engage section of a 5E lesson plan. It's right there. And then for modeling, and the instructor would introduce the concept of a sound walk and show them how they were going to record in his or her journal. For guide and practice, the instructor will then take the students for a walk around the school grounds to listen to various sounds that they hear and see how they answer during that. And if you look, that just goes right in here. That's the explore portion. And here it even has pictures of the listening walk. It's really kind of cute. And the next portion comes through the explain part, and that's in the independent practice. They're going to share their results, and then they'll draw an anchor chart. And if you look right here, that goes down to explain. And then it has even pictures of kids reporting their information. And then the anchor chart as well is explained here, and it shows an example. And then right here is where I got the vocabulary. And then the very last, the evaluation. If you look down here, the evaluation discusses completing the science journal by drawing. And then I listed the possible misconceptions and how I would help students that were below and above average or enrichment. And all those things are also listed in the stage 2 of the lesson. So that's it in a nutshell. All that should be linked, so you should be able to find it awful easy. If you have any questions, please let me know.